Hey, it's me again. We're going to just jump right back in and go to the right-hand column of this paper. The next category that we're looking at is the rooms of the house, and that is pronounced les pièces de la maison. Les pièces de la maison. And pièce is kind of a false friend a little bit because we don't call them pieces of the house, we say rooms. Um, but I've kind of broken this down. There's a few little differences that you're going to see between an American style home and a French style home. But let's just jump right into the bedroom. That is, we've already said, la chambre à coucher. Or if you're like me and just want to say room, it's la chambre. Now that doesn't mean room like every room of the house. Of course, that would go back to the word pièce. But if a mom is yelling at her kid and she says, go to your room, she would say, à ta chambre. Va à ta chambre, rentre à ta chambre, something along those lines. All right. And I put different categories of bedroom because there's obviously more than one kind. So the first one there, la chambre aux invités. La chambre aux invités is going to be your guest bedroom, so the bedroom for invited people or guests. A child's bedroom, nursery type setup is going to be la chambre d'enfant, la chambre d'enfant, and your big bedroom, your master bedroom, is la grande chambre. La grande chambre. Makes sense to call it the big, because usually the master bedroom is the largest of the bedrooms in a home. No, not always, but usually. Um, then some of these we already have in other categories, but we'll just go through them. Kitchen is la cuisine. La cuisine. The word room in general, la pièce. La pièce. The dining room, it makes sense, the room for eating. La chambre, I said the totally wrong word. La salle à manger. La salle à manger. And the next word, la salle de bain. La salle de bain. It translates to bathroom. And here's where an American home and a French home are totally different. In America, we have a bathroom, and there's typically bathing equipment, so shower or bath or both, and toilet equipment all in the same room. Some houses I've seen are not like that, but the vast majority of American homes are set up that way. However, the French consider this really, really unsanitary. And so for this reason, they have two separate rooms that we would call a bathroom. There's one room that's really just a little closet in which there's just the toilet. That's all there is in the room, just a toilet, maybe a trash can, the toilet paper stand, and that's really all there is in there. And then once you've gone in there, you go down the hall to the bathing room. That's where your sink is going to be so you can wash your hands. Um, it's good and bad. I don't know. There's benefits to both styles of homes. But one good thing would be, if you live with a bunch of people and somebody's in the shower and you got to go to the bathroom, well, you can just go to les toilettes and you're not even in the same room. So that's kind of convenient. But when we say la salle de bain, we're talking about the bathing room. So in that room, you would find your tub or shower, your sink, and if there's going to be a bidet, it's going to be in that room as well. And we'll talk about the bidet here in just a moment. Actually, I don't even remember if I put it on here. I did. It's in the extra vocabulary category. All right. So the next room is the office, and that is le bureau. Le bureau. And you might remember the word bureau from the school unit. Bureau can also mean desk. It can also mean office, like you're going to someone's office as in another building, or it can be a home office, you know, the room where you have your computer and whatnot. Um, so it's a multi-purpose word. And remember that bureau has an irregular plural, just like tableau. So when it becomes plural, you add an X instead of an S. All right, our next word is hall or hallway, and that is le couloir. Le couloir. And then you've got stairs or staircase, that is l'escalier. L'escalier. Then the attic is le grenier. Le grenier. A wall is le mur. Le mur. Living room is a word that can have two different words in French that both refer to a living room, den, family room, front room type of thing. It's really a regionalism. But some people call it le salon. Le salon. And others may refer to it as la salle de séjour. La salle de séjour. So you can call it whichever you prefer, or when you're designing the project for this unit, as you get to design your own dream home, you may want to have two different living rooms in that house, and in which case you could use one word for one and one for the other. Or you can choose, if you're just going to have one, you can choose whichever word you prefer. In my own experiences in France, the people I mostly was involved with called it la salle de séjour, but I know salon is another word that you can use for the same thing. Next word there is the floor, and that is le sol. Le sol. It's a false friend to Spanish, right? Because sol in Spanish meaning sun. This has nothing to do with the sun. The floor is like the opposite direction of the sun, so kind of weird. Then you've got the toilet room. And again, as I was saying earlier, it's typically just a small closet in which all there is a toilet. But what's kind of funny is that even if it's just one toilet in there, the room is actually a plural noun, always. If you don't want to sound uneducated, it's always plural. Now, the Belgians pronounce it singularly, and they sound very uneducated to French people. That's one of the reasons that French make fun of Belgians so much. Sorry for the squeaky toy. Bob is playing with a squeaky bird toy right now. I think they're conspiring against me today. But back to the toilet room. It is typically called les toilettes. Les toilettes. You may remember that from when I taught you guys how to say where is the bathroom, or may I go to the bathroom. That the poster that's on the wall there that has the kitty that has to go to the bathroom, and it says puis-je aller aux toilettes, so may I go to the restroom. That's where you might have seen that word before. And some people, especially in the north of France, will call it les WC. Les WC. That is really an Anglicism borrowed from England, because in England they do call it the WC, the water closet. Um, and it's even funnier because in French we don't say WC, even though it is obviously a W. We pronounce it WC to just, I guess, make it even more confusing to people. I personally have never called them les WC just because it's hard to remember that, and les toilettes, it just feels like that's a normal word I can handle. But if you want to call it les WC, you go for it. And our last word for rooms of the home is going to be the basement, and that is le sous-sol. Le sous-sol. That's another compound noun that really makes sense from the two words that are in it. Sous means underneath, and sol does mean floor or ground. So it's underneath the floor or underneath the ground. That is what a basement is. It's a room that's underneath the ground and floor. So like that word a lot. So those are our rooms of the house. Our last category on this page is going to be the living room. And I did put le salon there, but again, you can call it la salle de séjour, whatever you prefer. I think I was trying to save space on the column there. But we'll start off with a word you already know from last year, la chaise. La chaise. That's going to be a chair, typically a hard chair. I mean, like a straight back chair, such as you would see in a dining room, or the chairs that you guys are sitting in right now would be called les chaises. Our next word, I put, these are not equal terms. The first one there, la radio. La radio, obviously, is a cognate English. It means radio. And then I put slash la chaîne stéréo. La chaîne stéréo. And that means stereo, hi-fi, boombox, whatever you guys call the thing that has like all of the stuff, the Bose with the speakers and the CD player, and it has a radio usually, and like the thing that's over there on the counter. That thing is called a chaîne stéréo. All right, any table, of course, just like you already know, is called la table. La table. The TV is another word that you guys have kind of seen, I think, on word banks on worksheets before, but maybe haven't learned it specifically, but it is called la télévision. La télévision. And I would be a-okay with you guys saying la télé. La télé, because that's what most French people call it, just like most Americans say TV instead of television. Same exact difference, but in French. Our next word is couch or sofa. This thing that I'm on right here, my good friend, is le canapé. Le canapé. Kind of a false friend because it does not mean canopy in any way, shape, or form, but sofa or couch. Our next word is going to be for your stuffed chairs, your easy chair, your lazy boy, your recliner, whatever. In my house, it was called Dad's chair. Whatever the softy kind of chair you have in the living room is going to be called le fauteuil. Le fauteuil. And that's a kind of a hard word to pronounce, so I'll say it one more time because it's just got, look at how many vowels that has. 5 vowels for one noun. Is this silly or what? But again, that is le fauteuil. Le fauteuil. It's kind of like the word squirrel, écureuil. What? I don't even know. But if you've got a fireplace and a fire in your living room, that is le feu. Le feu. Feu can also refer to a light, like if you're out and about at a restaurant or establishment where they drink alcoholic beverages, which none of us do, obviously. I'm serious. And somebody asks you for un feu, they're asking for a light, not a fire. Although it comes from a lighter, which does have a piece of fire in it. Anyways, in case you looked in the dictionary and it said light, that's what it's referring to, like a Bic or Zippo instead of. Feu means fire. All right, then you've got the phone or telephone. That is le téléphone. Le téléphone. And the last word on there, les rideaux. Les rideaux. Rideau means, it's a double meaning word. It means curtains in this instance for a house, obviously. But it can also refer to these little lines that, oh my goodness, I see on my screen so badly. It can mean wrinkles as well as curtains. which kind of makes sense because it's framing your eyes like the curtains frame the window. I don't know. But that is going to complete the second video. Next video, I will do the next page of this. Yes. All right, I'll be back in just a moment. You guys should take a dance break. Okay, I'm serious. Dance break now.